Hello. Hello all. I'm here again, and multiple reasons for coming back. I've had a lot of people ask me to do another blog, do another stream, and so here I am, responding to my my legion of fans. But more seriously, this is a trial run because I've been told to do this on a more mainstream basis to people on YouTube, and my purpose is to try and promote my knowledge, particularly my knowledge of digital currencies, which you might refer to as crypto, to 50 plus. I'm here to share my knowledge with people in my generation, and a good place to start, to test, to trial is to you guys on Facebook, because you're a tighter community, and you guys can give me feedback and tell me whether you think I'm right or wrong, or whether you think I'm doing things incorrectly, etc. So here I am, and my intention is actually to do this on a much more professional basis. I guess last time, to some people, I might have come across a little bit harsh. I had no shirt on for a start. It was a very hot day. It was the lead up to Christmas time here on the Gold Coast in Queensland, and I think that day it was probably about 36 degrees Celsius, and it's no less today, but we've got the air conditioners on. I'm sitting here in my home office. It's an ambient temperature up here in my loft, in my study, of probably about 23, 24 degrees. Outside it's probably a good 33. But I've dressed up for the occasion, so I hope that you're pleased to see Steve with a shirt on at least. Anyway, that kind of spells out why I'm back. I guess the place to start would be with the traditional economy as I see it, and I've made no bones about this in the past, and I will continue to play the same tune. And I see us at the precipice of disaster. People ask me, friends within my circle, we discuss, we say, or some people will say, when is the next financial crisis? And I would say, I don't think there's going to be a financial crisis. There won't be a crisis. Financial crisis suggests that it's something that can be intervened, it's something that the government can fix. It's like a euphemism for disaster, is to say it's a crisis. Crisis is a nice word. Disaster, apocalypse, end of days is more likely what's coming. Now, before Australians, because I know probably a majority of people who watch me are Australians, though I have many British, UK friends and family, Australia will probably survive better than most, providing that there's still strong demand from China should the US economy collapse. But where we're heading, and you could be a 15-year-old studying economics as a subject in high school to understand this. You do not need to be ultra sophisticated and intellectual, and I'm not saying I'm any of those things. You don't have to be ultra sophisticated to see the writing on the wall. Any economics student at year 11, year 12 level that understands economics can see that to have fiat currencies based on the level of debt that they're based on, you can see that the writing is on the wall for those currencies to be corrected, for those currencies to collapse. On top of that, we have a situation going on in the United States where Trump has fantastic plans to rebuild the American economy. They call it MAGA, make America great again, and I'm a huge believer in that. I love the patriots there. I wish we had more patriots worldwide, particularly here in Australia. Patriots used to be referred to as rednecks, but they're all the guys backing and the girls backing Trump. What Trump's doing over there is nothing short of it's evolutionary, and it will save us. It will actually save the world in the long run, what Trump's doing, because although he's spending money that he doesn't currently have, part of his vision is to drain the swamp. And to drain the swamp means to go after the Illuminati and the cabal. These are the people that think that they control the world. This is the neo-Marxist one world order. These are people like the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, Soros and co, and then all their little puppets beneath them. That's been Weinstein, the Clintons, Obama, etc., and all the filthy left-wing Liberal Democrats. It's all going to come out, and it's actually happening already, because there's an executive order in place that was put in place in December 2017, which basically the executive order is going to put. It's basically going to put the control of the United States and actually worldwide. It's going to put it in control of the military. America's going to come under the control of the military. Okay. Anyway, that's probably getting a little bit off track. At the moment, I'm discussing the economy and where I think the economy is heading. But you cannot have a fiat currency based on debt. But getting back to Trump and where Trump actually sits with this all, because he's the one creating a lot of this debt, and we're going to be, talking about US at least, we're going to be talking trillions. But part of the executive order is when they go after the Illuminati, when they round up the cabal, when they round up the Clinton Foundation and their associates and people that sit way above them, the people who have been extorting money from the United States in I guess you could label them as treasonous acts. That money under the executive order is going to be seized. And it's to the tune of I think the last number that I saw was $21 trillion. So people that think that Trump, who is actually Cyrus the Great in the book of Revelation, if you read that, I know it all sounds far-fetched. I'm probably giving you a little bit too much information, but I read, study and talk with people beyond normal social media circles, and I know that this is actually happening. The executive order is in place, and the 20 to 30 trillion will be seized. It will be seized. A lot of that is Middle East money. A lot of that is in Europe. Some of that, not much of that, is in the USA. A lot of it's been repatriated out of there, but they know where it's gone. It's been tracked. So anyway, when people criticise Trump, when he talks about draining the swamp, etc., and when they talk about that, the debt that Trump is creating with his idealism, fear not, it's all accounted for, and to the tune of about $20 trillion. So anyway, that's the overview of the real world economy. Sorry to harp on about that, but I have to slip these things in. I'm trying to earn my Red Cross, and when you have a Red Cross, you basically become almost immune from the backlash of the upper echelon, the cabal. They've got to basically leave you alone. It's like you know too much. And the other thing is that we have to drip feed you guys this, because the information that people like me have become exposed to, firstly through my interest in blockchain technology and cryptocurrency, but then that led me into something way beyond that. It's once you start speaking to these extremely intelligent people, these are dark, but not dark in a bad way. They're kind of dark in I think in a good way. We call them the white hats. Once you start to get involved in this community, this is like we're talking about going well and truly beyond Facebook and Twitter and Reddit and Steam it, and then we're going into places like 8chan and 4chan and getting our information from people like QAnon. If it's all too much for you, you can look these things up. Look up 4chan, 8chan, QAnon, Illuminati, Epstein Island, adrenaline, which I think is the drug that they get from human blood or baby blood. Look up uranium-1, looking up missing Haiti children, look up Clinton Foundation, look up all these things. Just look them up, and you'll start to... I'm trying to perk up your interest. Look those things up, and you will start to put things into place for yourself, and that'll put you in a position where you can start to ask questions and not assume that everything that you see on CNN or everything that you read in the everyday news is fact, because I can tell you it's far from that. Anyway, I'm going to get in trouble with Barbara if I keep carrying on about this, because she tells me to shut up, and I try to respect my wife. It's Valentine's Day. I love her very much. I bought her a beautiful... I think it was a beautiful bouquet of flowers. Maybe I should show it to you if I get the chance throughout this blog. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, look, I guess I've gone off tangent, but there's a purpose to that. I mean, everything I do has a purpose. I don't do things just for the sake of doing things. When you get a chance, look up Cliff High, Julian Assange, Pamela Anderson of Hollywood. Beautiful lady. Do you know Pamela Anderson and Julian Assange are on an item? Pamela Anderson is actually, we used to kind of think she was a blonde bimbo, and I can tell you what, that lady is very inquiring. She challenges Hollywood. She takes them on head first, and they don't like her very much because they're all part of the... They're not part. I wouldn't say they're part of the cabal. They're actually the puppets of the cabal. Anyway, good people. Look them up. And the other guy is Dr. Jerome Corsi, and another fantastic guy. If you really want to go beyond any of the BS that you think I'm pushing down your throat, look up Lionel Nation. He's a New York lawyer, and very entertaining. A lot more fun than I am, and a lot more articulate, and certainly much more connected and very much in the know. Look him up. Anyway, that kind of covers my intro. Where I think the economy is going, ultimately, this is where Australia will not be immune. Australia will withstand things better than the USA and the EU. The UK, the best thing they ever did was pull out of the EU, because that gives them independence from what is going to be an absolute fiasco. The EU currency is so based on debt. There's so much debt in that country that it's simply going to be a bloodbath. And the further the UK can distance themselves from the EU, that the better they will be. And they've got alliances with countries such as the United States of America, possibly Canada and Australia. They can still continue to have, I think, a very prosperous economy with their own UK sterling as currency, and completely independent of that mess. Trust me, it's a mess. And you know what, all the immigration and let the immigrants come in and that's all part of the neo Marxism one world order